Hello to all poultry lovers, and welcome to a fascinating journey through poultry history and genetics. Today we're going to unearth the secrets of one of America's oldest and most underestimated breeds, the Dominique barred chicken. If you think you know everything about chickens, prepare to be surprised. Have you ever wondered, what is the oldest American laying hen breed? Or where do the genes for resilience and beauty in many of our favorite poultry come from? In this video, we'll not only answer those questions, but we're going to dive deep into the Dominique's DNA. You'll discover what makes it unique, from the mystery of its genetically sex-linked barred pattern to the peculiar genetics of its rose comb, which is not only beautiful but incredibly functional. We'll reveal how these birds, which are true genetic time capsules, were crucial in forming other popular American breeds we know today. And yes, we'll even show you how you can determine the sex of their chicks at hatching. If you're an experienced farmer, a bird enthusiast, or simply someone curious about the rich history of our coops, this video is for you. Stay until the end, because I promise the Dominique breed will steal your heart, just as it has stolen mine. We begin with its roots. The Dominique is not just an ancient breed. It is, by general consensus, the oldest chicken breed developed in the United States. Its lineage traces back to domestic chickens brought from England, possibly from the region of Santo Domingo, hence the name Dominique or Dominicaire, and perhaps other places to the American colonies as early as the mid-18th century. These robust and adaptable colonial birds were primarily raised by farmers for meat and eggs, without a formal breed standard. As colonial farms grew, breeders instinctively began selecting the most resilient specimens with better production and distinctive barred plumage that helped them camouflage from predators. It was around the 1820s when the Dominique began to be recognized as a breed in its own right, particularly in the northeastern United States. They were first exhibited at poultry shows in the 1840s, solidifying their status as an established breed before the proliferation of many of the more well-known American breeds that emerged in the second half of the 19th century. Their existence even precedes the formation of the American Poultry Association, APA, in 1873, which underscores their foundational position. Despite its glorious past, the Dominique faced a dark period. After the American Civil War and the emergence of new improved breeds, like the Barred Plymouth Rock, which actually benefited from the Dominique's genetics, the Dominique's popularity sharply declined. By the early 20th century, the breed was so marginalized that it came dangerously close to extinction. In the 1970s, the Livestock Conservancy, formerly American Livestock Breeds Conservancy, listed it as critical. Fortunately, thanks to the tireless efforts of a small group of dedicated breeders, the breed was rescued from the brink of oblivion. These conservationists, like Henry T. Dominique, who not only shared the same surname but became a great advocate, worked to identify and preserve the last pure specimens. Today, its status has improved to threatened, but it remains a breed that requires attention and support to ensure its continuity. Every time you see a Dominique, you are witnessing the success of a significant conservation effort. Dominiques are medium-sized birds that embody the ideal of a dual-purpose breed, efficiently providing both meat and eggs. Standard-sized roosters reach a robust weight of approximately 3.2 kilograms, 7 pounds, while hens weigh around 2.3 kilograms, 5 pounds. This size is practical. They are large enough to offer a good amount of meat, but not so massive as to be clumsy or require excessive space. Their body is compact and well-muscled, with a deep, wide chest that indicates good meat conformation. The wings are moderately sized and held close to the body. This balanced structure makes them efficient in feed conversion and versatile for various functions on the family farm. The Dominique's distinctive black and white barred plumage is its calling card. This pattern consists of alternating bars of dark, nearly black, and pure white, extending over each feather. Unlike the Barred Plymouth Rock in the Dominique, the dark bars are noticeably wider than the light ones, giving the chicken an overall darker appearance and a peppered or speckled effect of white, rather than such a sharp contrast. Historically, this barred pattern was not only aesthetic but offered a functional advantage. It acted as natural camouflage against predators, both terrestrial and aerial, helping the birds blend in with the forest and undergrowth environment. It is crucial to reiterate that the Dominique breed is only officially recognized in this barred pattern. If you encounter a supposed Dominique of another color, it is not a pure Dominique. This pattern is an intrinsic characteristic of its breed standard, and any deviation would indicate a cross or a misclassification. In addition to its iconic plumage, the Dominique possesses other distinguishing physical traits. Yellow shanks and toes, a bright, vibrant color that remains even in adulthood. This trait, inherited from their ancestors, is common in many American-type breeds and is associated with good meat quality and yellowish skin, preferred in some markets. White skin. Contrary to their yellow shanks, the skin beneath the feathers is white, which adds to their appeal as a meat bird. Red earlobes. These fleshy, bright red lobes contrast beautifully with the plumage and comb. The presence of red earlobes correlates with laying brown eggs, as is the case with the Dominique. Reddish to reddish-brown eyes. Large, lively eyes that convey intelligence and vigilance. Short, strong beak, generally yellow with some dark markings, ideal for foraging. These details, collectively, form a well-proportioned and functional bird, with a rustic yet attractive appearance. The rosecomb is one of the most emblematic and genetically defining characteristics of the Dominique. Unlike the single, upright comb seen in many breeds, the rosecomb is low, wide, and compact, covered by small bumps or points, ending in a small spike that angles backward. This unique shape is not only a distinctive trait of beauty, but also confers a significant practical advantage. The rosecomb has a smaller exposed surface area than large single combs, making it much less susceptible to frostbite in cold, windy climates. This is vital for their survival and well-being in regions with severe winters, and was a key factor in their popularity among early American farmers who sought hardy, year-round birds. Dominique hens prove to be efficient layers, but they don't rush to start their production cycle, allowing for full body development before taking on the stress of laying. Generally, they begin laying their first eggs between 6 and 7 months of age. Some individuals may start a little earlier, around 5.5 months, especially if born in spring and benefiting from increasing natural light, while others may take up to 8 months. This maturation period is considered optimal for the hen to reach her full size and weight, ensuring good quality egg production and a longer, more sustainable laying cycle throughout her life. When it comes to egg production, the Dominique is a true champion for the family farm. They are considered consistent and reliable layers, with the capacity to produce between 230 and 250 medium to large-sized eggs per year. Excellent performance for a dual-purpose breed. Their eggs are an attractive light to medium brown, with a strong shell. Unlike some highly specialized laying breeds, which have shorter productive lifespans, Dominiques maintain good production for several years, making them a long-term investment for your egg supply. Furthermore, their robustness makes them less prone to interruptions in laying due to stress or mild climatic changes. The Dominique's temperament is, without a doubt, one of its most appreciated qualities, and what makes them so attractive to novice farmers and families. They are known for being exceptionally calm, docile, gentle, and easy to handle chickens. They are not nervous birds nor prone to aggression, which makes them excellent for coexisting with other breeds and even with children. They are curious and enjoy exploring, but they are not excessively active or destructive. This gentle nature makes them ideal for a backyard setting or a small family farm. In addition to their docility, Dominique hens have a strong maternal instinct. They are excellent mothers and incubate their eggs with great dedication. Once the chicks hatch, they are very protective and attentive hens, guiding their offspring and teaching them to forage. This maternal instinct is a highly valued quality for those who wish to naturally reproduce their own birds. The Dominique is the epitome of a dual-purpose breed, offering value on multiple fronts for the self-sufficient farm. They are not only excellent layers but also provide good quality meat. Their muscular body and medium to large size make them ideal for family consumption. The meat is flavorful and has a good texture, which is a highly valued quality. Beyond meat and eggs, historically, their feathers were also a valuable resource. The dense and soft barred plumage was highly sought after for stuffing pillows, mattresses, and comforters. This means that, in the past, every part of the Dominique was utilized, maximizing its value on the farm and reducing waste. Their efficiency and versatility were fundamental to the subsistence of early settlers and farmers. The Dominique is a hardy and exceptionally resilient breed, forged by the harsh conditions of early American settlements. They are extremely adaptable birds to a wide range of climatic conditions, making them suitable for almost any region. They can withstand the cold winters of the northeastern United States thanks to their frostbite-resistant rosecomb and dense plumage, and at the same time, they handle summer heat well. Their robustness makes them less susceptible to common diseases that affect more modern and specialized breeds, which translates into lower veterinary costs and easier maintenance. They are good foragers, meaning they can find a significant portion of their food if they have access to pasture, thus reducing feeding costs. This adaptability and resilience make them an ideal choice for farms with limited resources or for those looking for birds that largely take care of themselves. It is crucial to understand the distinctions between the Dominique and the Barred Plymouth Rock, as their superficial similarity has led to much historical confusion. Barring pattern, this is the most subtle yet significant difference in plumage. In the Dominique, the dark-colored bars are distinctly wider than the light bars, and the overall pattern is often more subdued, soft, or grayish in appearance, with a less sharp effect. In contrast, the Barred Plymouth Rock features black and white bars of equal width, which creates a much stronger contrast and a more defined and cleaner pattern, and a more whitish overall appearance due to the higher proportion of white. The comb. This is the easiest and fastest way to distinguish both breeds. The Dominique always has a rose comb, while the Barred Plymouth Rock always has a single comb. This characteristic is genetically fixed and does not vary within their breed standards. Size and conformation. The Barred Plymouth Rock tends to be slightly larger and heavier than the Dominique, with a generally more massive body structure. Time of development. The Dominique predates the Plymouth Rock. The Plymouth Rock was developed using the Dominique as one of its foundations. Understanding these differences is vital for both breeders and enthusiasts who wish to correctly identify these two important American breeds. The history of the Dominique and the Barred Plymouth Rock is intrinsically intertwined. The Dominique was one of the fundamental parent breeds in the development of the Barred Plymouth Rock in the mid-19th century, specifically around 1849 in Massachusetts. Breeders sought to create an even larger and more uniform dual-purpose breed. They used Dominique hens for their barred plumage, hardiness, and laying abilities, crossing them with other breeds such as the Cochin for size and meat, and possibly the Brahma. Initially, the similarity was such that they were often confused and marketed interchangeably, which even led to heated debates in the poultry community. Some argued that the Plymouth Rock was simply an improved Dominique, while others insisted it was an entirely new breed. Finally, the comb, rose for the Dominique, single for the Plymouth Rock, became the key distinguishing feature that allowed for their formal separation and recognition as distinct breeds by the American Poultry Association. The Barred Plymouth Rock became enormously popular, temporarily overshadowing its ancestor, the Dominique, which led to the near extinction of the latter. The fascinating barred pattern of the Dominique is not just aesthetic. It is the result of specific and fascinating genetics. This trait is controlled by a dominant sex-linked gene known as the Barred B gene. This gene is located on the Z sex chromosome. In birds, males are ZZ and females are ZW. When a hen ZW has the B gene on her Z chromosome, she will exhibit the barred pattern. When a rooster, ZZ, has one or two copies of the B gene, he will also exhibit the pattern. The particularity in the Dominique and other barred breeds, like the Barred Plymouth Rock, is that the presence of this gene causes the periodic interruption of black pigment deposition in the feathers during their growth, thus creating the alternating black and white bands. The exact expression of the gene, including the width of the bars, can be influenced by other modifying genes, which explains the subtle differences between the Dominique and the Barred Plymouth Rock. Rose comb genetics. The rose comb, so characteristic of the Dominique, also has a very clear genetic basis. It is controlled by a dominant gene, R. This gene is epistatic, meaning it masks the effect of other genes, over the single comb gene R. This means that if a bird inherits at least one copy of the R gene from either or both parents, it will develop a rose comb. Only birds with two recessive copies, RR, will have a single comb. This characteristic has been carefully selected and maintained throughout the breed's history, contributing to its visual identity and its functionality in cold climates. It is a classic example of how a single gene can define a prominent characteristic of a breed. The Dominique offers an invaluable advantage for breeders: the ability to sex chicks at hatching, autosexing. This is because the barred gene is sex-linked, which creates visible differences in the down of female and male chicks. For example, females usually have predominantly black down with a more solid and compact yellow spot on their head, often a well-defined white spot on the top of the head or a well-marked line above the eye. They may also have smaller, less extensive yellow markings on their body. While males tend to have a more irregular, diffuse, or scattered yellow head spot, often larger and less defined. Generally, they also have more yellow markings on their body, which can be larger and more distributed. Although not 100% foolproof for untrained eyes, with some practice, this subtle yet consistent difference allows breeders to separate males from females shortly after hatching, which is extremely useful for breeding, planning, and managing flocks for egg laying and meat production, avoiding the need to wait weeks for other sexable traits to define themselves. When we talk about the Dominique as a genetic time capsule, we refer to its invaluable worth as a representative of early poultry farming in America. Unlike many modern breeds that have been intensely bred for very specific characteristics, such as massive meat or egg production, often at the expense of general hardiness, the Dominique has maintained a genetic profile closer to that of original farm birds. Its genome contains a genetic diversity that is a record of the evolution of domestic chickens in the New World. Studying the Dominique can provide scientists and historians crucial insight into past breeding practices, the adaptability of ancient breeds, and how American breeds were formed. It is a living heritage that connects us directly to the farms of the 18th and 19th centuries. The inherent genetic diversity of the Dominique is one of its greatest strengths and a powerful argument for its conservation. Traditional breeds like the Dominique have not been subjected to the inbreeding or intensive selection for very specific traits often observed in modern commercial breeds. As a result, they possess a broader and more robust genetic base. This diversity translates into greater disease resistance. They have a more varied immune system and are therefore less susceptible to epidemics that can decimate genetically uniform populations. Greater adaptability. Their ability to thrive in different climates and environments stems directly from their genetic variability. Greater hybrid vigor. If used in crossbreeding programs, their genetic diversity can bring significant vigor to new lines. In a world where biodiversity is increasingly valued, the Dominique represents an important genetic reservoir for the future of poultry farming, offering resilience and adaptability that can be crucial in the face of new challenges. The Dominique's ease of management makes it a very attractive option for both experienced farmers and those new to raising poultry. Its docile temperament translates into generally calm and cooperative behavior. Both roosters and hens are typically peaceful and rarely show signs of aggression towards people or other birds. This makes them safe to have around children and other pets. Additionally, their general robustness means they are not easily stressed by changes in environment or routine. All these characteristics combine to make the Dominique a low-maintenance and highly satisfying breed for breeders. Dominiques are known for their longevity and their ability to maintain good productivity for many years. While many modern commercial breeds are designed for intensive production and a short life cycle, often burning out after 1 or 2 years of peak laying, a well-cared-for Dominique can live between 8 and 12 years, and even longer in some cases. This longevity not only means you'll enjoy their company for longer, but they can also continue to produce eggs at a respectable rate for several years, even if it decreases slightly after the first 3 or 4 years. Their natural hardiness and robust constitution contribute to their long lifespan, making them an economical and emotional long-term investment for any farmer. They are birds that age gracefully, continuing to be valuable and beautiful members of our homestead. And so concludes our deep dive into the world of the Dominique, a breed that has proven to be much more than just a farm bird. It is living history, resilience, and unmistakable beauty. We hope you enjoyed learning about its legacy, its fascinating genetics, and why it remains an exceptional choice for any bird lover. If you liked what you saw and want to continue exploring the exciting world of poultry farming, I invite you to join our community. It's very easy. Subscribe to our channel right now. You won't want to miss our upcoming videos full of information and interesting facts. And while you're there, be sure to activate the notification bell so YouTube alerts you every time we upload new content. What did you think of the Dominique? Did you already know about this incredible breed? Leave us your comments below. We love reading your opinions and answering your questions. If this video was helpful or inspired you, please give us a like. It's a small gesture that means a lot to us. And last but not least, share this video on your social media. Help us spread knowledge about this wonderful breed and grow our community of bird enthusiasts. To your success, fellow breeder. Until next time.